What's good, JANDTTV family? We're back again with another lit
banger. What's going on, guys? I thought we'd switch it up today, and we are going to do a story time. It's a good one. I'm actually very surprised that we haven't done this one yet because it's so good, but we just had to wait for the right day, the right opportunity, the right vibe.
Girl, what's going on?
And today is the day. So if you haven't already, before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe, please, if you haven't already. Subscribe to our channel. We're at 3.4K. We wanted to get to 5K by the end of the year. That's the goal, okay? So anyway, guys, without further ado, I guess we should just get into our little story.
We are going to be talking about the time when we were offered to be part of a throuple by a random stranger.
What did he say?
By a random stranger.
What? What the fuck?
He wanted to be a new addition to our team, to the roster. Where should we start?
Let's start with like how the day went. So like what we were doing.
Okay, so basically what happened was I had gotten us tickets to go to a Raptors game. For those of you who don't know, that is our basketball team here in Toronto. And it was a really great season. So like tickets were hot, everybody wanted to go. So we were really excited about it. On the same day though, one of my friends had an album release party that was also in Toronto. So a bunch of us decided that we were gonna go to Toronto, but we ended up with the intention of going to the Raptors game, and they decided that they were gonna go to the album release party. We were gonna meet back up and then drive home together, just kind of like a carpool situation, okay? So it was just the two of us in this whole scenario. So go to the Raptors game. Raptors game was lit.
It was my first game.
It was good. It was her first time ever going to a game, so it was a great game. And then after the game was over, we realized that we had a little bit of time to kill before our friends were done at the album release party. And so we said, okay, let's go to a bar that's around there and we'll have a couple drinks and we'll wait for the party to be over, and then they'll come swing by and grab us, and then we'll all go back home. So we go to the bar. We're not gonna name the bar because we're not trying to do anything dirty like this, because when I say this bar was a dive bar, that is an understatement.
Yeah.
So we go into the bar. There's probably about like 20 people at best in the bar. And we walk in.
We were in early.
We got in. We walk in and it's like everybody's face looks right at us.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Clearly it was like a bar where like regulars go, because we were not a regular and everybody knew it.
It was definitely outsider vibe.
Definitely outside the vibe. It was like country. So, but whatever, we're just trying to get a drink. We didn't really care what the tea was. So we go in, everyone's staring at us, we're like, what the heck? The only table available, tell me how it's in the middle of the room.
Yo, killing me with this.
Yeah, completely. So,
literally in the middle of the room.
yeah, everyone could just stare at us.
Front row center, in front of the country guy that was doing his little family, right in front of him, everybody's staring at us. And I'm like, girl, today we are not doing single vodka sodas, okay? We're doing doubles, because we need to feel something, and we need to feel it quick.
Oh, she wasn't ready.
Okay, so I ended up going over to the bar to get us some doubles, not singles, some doubles. Left her by herself at the table. First problem. We'll get into that. She'll get into that in a second. But when I go up to the table, when I go up to the bar to get our drinks, the server looks at me, winks at me.
Wasn't it a gay guy?
Probably.
Gay guys love tea.
Yeah. So guy looks at me, winks at me, and is like, don't worry, I put a little extra just for you guys in your drinks.
So this person
and is like winking. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like let's not even get into this. So I'm like in my head, give me the bill, I'm paying my tab, let's just get these drinks and let's go back to the table. Yeah.
So then while she was doing that, I was by myself at the table, right? So I was sitting there on my own, on honestly, that's never a good story for me. That usually always ends bad somehow. Every time she's around, she like keeps people away from me because she's like big and scary. Whenever I'm by myself is usually when things go awry. So what happened was I was sitting there, just minding my own business, waiting for her to get back. And like, I see like a girl and her friend out of like the corner of my eye, like they were kind of hanging out around us. And I catch this one girl just like staring at me, looking at me. And I was kind of just like looking around, like, is she looking at me? Is she looking at somebody else? Like, she was just staring. And I was kind of like, this is a little uncomfortable. But anyway, a few seconds later, like after she was staring at me, she actually like comes over and starts like touching my hair.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
That happens a lot, to be honest. Like people like always just kind of come up to me and they're like, oh, like pretty hair.
Child. Anyway, so.
And touch my hair.
Weird.
But like usually straight girls though, they'll be like, oh, like they're drunk. They'll be like, oh, your hair's so pretty. Like constantly in the bathroom, drunk girls will be like that. So I was kind of like, oh, just drunk girls want to touch my hair. Oh God, here we go. Like, so anyway, she was like just touching it. She's like, you have the most beautiful hair. And I was like, okay, thank you, like thanks, kind of thing. Oh, where's my girlfriend? Like, get back over here, like to her, because I was like, Jesus Christ, this is getting weird. And then she just looks at me like in the face, like it looks at me like in the eyes and is like, you are so pretty. And it wasn't like straight girl, oh my God, you're so pretty. It was like, you're so pretty. And I was like, whoa, like what's happening?
Girl, what's going on?
What's happening? And so anyway, so I just took the kind of like I'm being dumb about it thing, and I was like, oh, like thanks, like thinking it was straight girl stuff again. I was just like, oh, thank you, like whatever. And she just starts like, she was standing like really close to me, had her like arm kind of like on my shoulder like this, and was like touching my hair like this. And I was like, this is weird, but at the time I just didn't know what to do, and I was like, what do I do? Like I just like was kind of like uncomfortable standing there, definitely kind of like stiff, probably like stiff standing there, like what's going on? And her friend was kind of like smiling and like laughing and like in on something, and I was like, what is going on? So then after she was like sitting there and touching me for a minute, he was still getting drinks at the bar, like waiting for them. I don't know, like talking to the bartender, I don't know.
I was flirting with the bartender.
I said what I said.
Anyways, continue.
Anyway, so then the girl, like she looks around and she's like, that girl you were sitting with, like,
are you guys together?
And I was like, yeah. So then in my mind I was like, okay, this is what it is. She's trying to comfort my baby. Aww. And trying to like comfort her. So I was like, okay, like yeah. And I was like, yeah. Like we weren't like dating at the time.
It was like 2 months in.
But I was like, yeah, like we came here together, kind of thing. And she was like, are you guys dating? And I think I said no. I said no, we're not dating, but like we're together. Like that's basically what I said.
Oh yes, okay, yeah, you did.
So then
do that.
I did do that because I said we're not dating, but we're together. And then she was like, oh, you're not dating, and I was like, yeah. And she's like, how long have you guys been talking? And she was asking me a lot of questions, and I was like, this is weird. Like, is she just trying to go and like snatch my baby? She's trying to snatch me? Like, I don't even know what's going on. Yeah. Then you finally got back.
So I get back to the table and I'm like, oh, like what's going on here? There's a random girl that's chatting, but like whatever, I'm down for like making random friends. Like we do it all the time. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, true. But then I was like, oh my God, like why does she keep asking like random questions about our relationship and like how long we've been talking for and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's kind of weird. But then she all of a sudden out of nowhere comes over to me, comes up to me and is like grabbing on my arms and stuff. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, come dance with me. And I was like, okay, this is really awkward situation because I've known her for 2 months and all eyes are on her. Yeah. And then this random girl's getting me to try to dance with her. And I was like, no, like that, I can't do that. Like I'm not doing that. So I like gently was just kind of like, no, like I'm like here with her, whatever. And she's like, yeah, I already know. Like she filled me in kind of thing. And I was like, okay. But I was like, no, like sorry, like I can't do it. So she keeps pulling and pulling. Then her friend comes over and starts pulling at both of us to come out and dance. And so we were like,
her friend.
And dance with her friend. So we're like, this is weird, but let's the two of us dance together. So we get up and we start dancing. The two of us are dancing, like whatever, having a good time. And she just keeps coming back around. And then she starts like grabbing on us and stuff.
Both
of
us at the same time.
What's going on here? Her friend's in the background, dying, laughing, looking, being like, and we're like, this is getting real weird.
Yeah. And she starts saying like
weird
that
stuff.
You're like sexy, that I'm hot,
it was
sexy.
weird, right? So
we're such a hot couple.
Yeah, and so then everyone in the bar at this point is just like staring at us, being like, who are these?
Like, what's going on with
like,
these girls?
They're like, girls. They got the popcorn out. They were like, what is the tea? What is unfolding? Everyone was just like dead staring, like drool coming out their mouths, just looking at the situation. So we decided that we were, well, actually no, what ended up happening was it was time for us to leave because my friend texted me and was like, yo, like we're done from the album release party. We're gonna swing by and grab you guys and then we're gonna head home. Cause at this point it was like 2 in the morning and we were like, let's just get out of here, right? So as we're leaving, what ended up happening?
So as we were leaving, she ends up coming up to us kind of and like, she was already kind of there, but she like really like came in and was like gonna say something.
Oh yeah.
And then she says, like, do you guys do threesomes? And we were like, no.
Huh?
It was like, do you guys, like, would you guys have a third? And I was like,
I'm sorry?
no.
Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn.
Oh, and she was like, no, like polyamorous, like would you guys ever like consider having another person in there? Would you ever like I want both of you? And we were like,
first of all,
I was like, I'm dead, goodbye.
no, at this point I'm like, girl, I'm trying to decipher what's going on with the two of us. I'm not trying to add another person in, like what is going on?
And also like we have a different vibe with each other where it's like I don't want to share her, she doesn't want to share me.
No.
It's like it would never be
She was trying to give us her number. She was like,
she was being like, if you change your mind.
Because she like knew that we were just like in the talking stage and she was like, well, it's not off limits because
yeah, they're not. And also like she wasn't trying to take one of us, she wanted both.
She was trying to take both. She was trying to bag the whole kit and caboodle over here and take it all home.
When I tell you, I was like shocked. We couldn't figure out what was going on the whole night, and then when we realized, we were like, oh my god.
Thankfully
so
we realized like on the way out. We were just like, well, what ended up happening was we were like actually gonna stay for like another like 10-15 minutes while we were waiting for our friend.
Yeah.
But it got so awkward and so uncomfortable, and everybody in the room was like making it so awkward and uncomfortable, like coming up to us, and like it was just such a weird vibe after that we ended up just like waiting outside in the rain because we were like, this is ridiculous. Like we do not want to be a part of this anymore. Like
there was even a man that came up to me that night too. Like,
there was
just
a lot. There was a lot, and I was the only person that was not Caucasian in that bar, so I was getting stared at all types of ways.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, that is the story of us being offered a, I guess, threesome and to be
like
part of what was going on here.
And that was the first time, and that was 2 months in that we ever were asked about
We've been asked a couple times.
It wasn't the last time.
Maybe we'll do like a series.
But we actually have another really good story about that's kind of the same topic, but a completely different like.
And it was my best friend's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, it was my best friend's girlfriend at the time. If you want to hear that story though, leave a comment down below if you want to hear a story about.
Like this video, subscribe. If we see anyone with interest, I mean, like we'll shoot out that story. It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we're dropping new bangers. And that's it, guys. All for today. Hope you're having a fabulous day and
We love you. Bye.